Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is the Quad. Why did I say it like that? This is the Quad, Season 1, Episode 4, Quicksand. Now the episode starts off with, we see the ladies and the men. What they're doing is everyone's getting their hair done. So the men have the barbers come in to line them up, take a little bit off the top, some off the sides, clean it up. The ladies are getting their sew-ins or just getting their hair treated, getting extensions put in, you name it. And this is happening in their dorm rooms. And I like seeing that because thinking, wow, this actually feels like a realistic scene. While this is going on, we see that Madison is there. And we also see that Bryce, along with Cedric, are there as far as on the men's side. So Madison's with the ladies, Cedric and Bryce with the men. What's going on is, while all of that's happening, everyone's discussing the video. And it's split. And when I say it's split, you have Bryce and Cedric essentially saying that something about that video didn't look right. It's like, guys, don't you think that could have at least possibly been rape? And some of the guys like, oh no, they were just drunk. Oh no, she was just a freak. And then you see the ladies, who some of them were like, yeah, I feel bad for that girl because I can't believe that happened to her. Can't believe that guy did that to her. And then you have some of the other ladies saying, no, I expected. I don't think that was rape. She just liked it rough. And I appreciate the fact that they showed both sides. They didn't just show, okay, everyone in agreement with whoever the girl's on the tape, she was definitely raped, or have it where everyone's like, oh no, that was definitely rape, and there's no way that could have been anything else but that. Now we see that the sexual assault group is there, and they're there on campus. They're letting their voices be heard and saying, if you know anything, say something, type of thing. And Noni gets one. I'm thinking, Noni, this also counts for general assault as well. So you're going to talk about everything or not? I guess not. Sydney, who we now know is the victim of this, she's in class and she's just having a mental breakdown because she's remembering what happened to her. But she doesn't want to go and let anyone know. So she was so out of it that her teacher had to snap her out of it, like, hello, Sydney, are you okay? And everyone was gone by then. But she was just spacing out because all these flashes and images of this man on top of her, and it just all came back. And that's what I was thinking, oh no, was she drunk or something? At least inebriated enough to where the guy might have possibly on some level thought there was some level of general consent, but didn't care anyway. But we move on to that, to Eva, she's dealing with the security. He's not a security guard, he's like head of security. They bring in, we'll call him EJ. This guy, we're calling him EJ. He's the one that actually released the tapes. And we're thinking, wait a minute, what? Excuse me? Yeah, he released the tapes. And Eva looked surprised, like, did you just really not only say that, but admit it? And he said that he did it because his sister was a victim of that, and they did nothing. So he wanted to, when he saw it, he was like, that was his version of saying something. And he's sorry that, yeah, he did release it, and he feels bad if anyone, if she was hurt by it or if it was the wrong call. But it was definitely the right call, because imagine if nothing was done about this. It wasn't going to be reported. Now Eva's just like, you know what, thank you. You're not going to get in trouble. The officer's is like, oh, okay, so what are you talking about trouble? Why are they only getting in trouble? That just looked like, this happens frequently where people get frisky on campus, and it is what it is. Eva said, excuse me, so you're not even contemplating the fact that it could possibly be a sexual assault? It's like, no, what are you talking about? I didn't see anything like that. I'm thinking, fire him. Or at least get the council together to go and evaluate, we need to change some things here, and he needs to be one of them. So she says, you're fired. Oh, you don't understand how that works? Well, you go to HR, they fill out your exit paperwork, you turn in your badge. I'm like, stop it. I'm thinking, Lord, you're going to get a lot of pushback. Now, Bandmaster Diamond, that's what I'm calling him, Bandmaster Diamond. I guess we can call him Cecil, because I believe that's what his name is. So Cecil's telling his players, hello, we do not tolerate that. We tolerate, possible abuse, possible general abuse, but we do not tolerate sexual assault. That's where we go too far. I am done and ashamed of anyone who did anything like that. Danny's saying, oh, I went and vetted everyone. They're all good. I'm thinking, We'll check again. Well, actually, you scared them into telling the truth, so I'll give it to you. Maybe that is the truth. Now, the first chair goes and talks to Danny and says, you know what? I was talking to so-and-so on the football team, and they're letting me know that guess who was the little bee in the quarterback, Terrence, who's the quarterback, in his ear. It was Noni. Yes, it was, Miss Goody Two Shoes, not too good for school, but all up in Cecil's butt, Noni. So I'm thinking, Noni, you better watch out, because Danny has shown what he's done to people who he didn't like. Now he has a reason not to like you. You need to be scared. You need to be scared. Now, Cedric is in his room, and he's worried about Eva, and not Eva, Ebony. He wants to go and visit her, but she doesn't want any visitors right now. He doesn't really want to stay where he is, for obvious reasons, with no one really to talk to, since he's not on good terms with Bryce, at least as of yet. Terrence, of course, is talking about how everything's been going, how things have been going better. He's getting a general interview. Terrence is supposed to be graduating, so he'll be out by next year. That comes into play a little bit later. But Ebony gets a surprise visit from Terrence, and Terrence is just like, oh, because Ebony was in her room. She doesn't really want to go out. She doesn't really want to eat, want to do anything. She still has a lot of doctor's appointments because of what happened to her. She was a little insensitive because she said, I don't understand how it feels. I don't want to go back there. I have bad memories. Bad things happen to you. I'm thinking, we're going to give you a pass because you were assaulted by some disgusting men. But you didn't really just say that to the man that just went to jail. Everyone thought, not everyone, but a lot of people thought that he was guilty due to the fact that, he comes from Chicago, so it's not that far of a stretch that this roughneck black man must have gone and done something to his girlfriend, must have killed her, must have. And he's just like, look, here's the thing. I understand how you feel, I really do, but we need to have a talk. You can't stay here. Just like how my mom told me I can't go and avoid my problems, you can't go and do that either. What was it? I almost called him Bojangles, Jesus. JB? Is that his name? Bobo? We're going to call him Bobo. So, the white football player, we're calling him Bobo. He goes, we'll call him Bo. So Bo goes and he talks with the football coach, and Bo's essentially trying to see how he can weasel his way up the ladder. And he, of course, hard work's required, but if you can go and just, pick the man's brain. So where do I actually fit in with this team? And he said, look, Terrence is going to graduate next year, so the spot will be open. If you put in as much work as you've been consistently putting in, I don't see why you can't be a starting quarterback. And he said, thank you, coach. And his father's behind him, like, you better go and make sure you get that shine. Just get them colors. Just use them and ditch them. Now, Madison is dealing with Sydney, who clearly is replacing her emotional instability with shopping. That's what she's doing. She's buying nice things to cope with the fact that she was sexually assaulted. Or anytime that she's upset, she goes and she buys things. It's her way to escape. And Madison's concerned about her friend. She's like, you know what? I love you, my best friend. We thick as thieves. I'm thinking, how long have you been at college? Like, I get it. You're at the still in an impressionable age where there we go. Age, and so when you're trying to build friendships, this person, I really like him, or I really like her, that's my new friend, If that's your roommate, I would hope you could become friends with them. So I guess we'll let that slide, but you know how I feel. If you've been watching my other videos and my videos period, you know how I feel about the whole friend thing. But I guess, yeah, they're friends. Let's not say best friends, because that's saying whoever else you had back home or the life that you were living was kind of trash. If you're saying this person who you just met is now your best friend. But anyway, I understand that Madison, she wants to make sure that her friend is good. And she's also tired of being her best friend's project. Because Sydney went and got her clothes, and she threw at her like, alright, try them on. It's like, excuse me! No, I'm not your project. I'm your friend. Where are you going to go and stop doing all this stuff to dodge the fact that you're hurting? You know who else is hurting? Eva. Eva's hurting because essentially, not the board, but the people that she works closely with, including Jasmine Guy, was letting her know, I understand that you went and you fired him, but why? Even if he was wrong, you just went and fired him. You realize even though you're the president, there is a committee. We are part of the committee. Aside from you, of course, going and paying the school water bill, we appreciate that. But you can't just go and do whatever you want. And I will say this, even if it's with good intentions, you do have to remember that there's other people to take into account. And when I say that, I mean you can't just do whatever you want. You can't, even if it's for the betterment of everyone. If it involves other people, you need to make sure that even if you don't believe it, even if you don't really care, you have their general input. You have their general input so that you can at least say, yeah, I heard you out. I think your ideas are trash, but still at least I heard you out. That makes a world of difference. Now, Cedric and Ebony, they're out. They're at this, I guess you can say, it's like a modern day, it's not a club, it's a bar, but it's not a karaoke bar. It's like a underground hip-hop bar. So people go, so if they have poetry, if they're rappers, I guess even if they're singers, but again, it's really more so like hip-hop, spoken word, but millennial style, if you will. So the scene is set. They're there, and again, we have Cedric. He's trying to convince Ebony to stop running away. He needs to come back to the school. And of course, one, he's doing that because he wants his friend back. Two, he's like, why would you go and let them run you out of somewhere? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. But in other news, I heard you said you kind of potentially rapped every once in a while. She said, excuse me, I am pretty good. Who are you talking to? So he went and decided to have her go up there to start. But she said, no, I want to do a rap battle. So Cedric, yes. That corny dude looking to his phone, yes. Him over there, come here. Now, they go on stage, and I have to say, it's definitely about how you start and how you deliver. And Ebony was like, I thought she was going to say, but you know my name's Ebony. I'm so cute. I get all the... Anyway. No, she was like, welcome to the Beehive. I said, what? What? I said, whoa, Ebony, who are you? Oh yeah, that reminds me, I have to go and check out who she is. Maybe she has some music, because I like her voice and that delivery. So I definitely can see, because next to her, I feel like I was watching a Remy Ma next to a Drake. Like, not Drake of today, but Drake of yesterday. That's how it kind of gave me, like, I spit this line like I'm a boss. I do this because I'm a boss. And it was nice to see them go back and forth. And what they were talking about was, of course, being strong, facing adversity, people and how they look and view you. Doesn't matter if you go to a school where everyone looks like you can still be an outsider or be taken advantage of, or still not have equal rights per se. It was a good song. It was a good song, and I do like Ebony's voice. So I'm interested in seeing that duo more. That's interesting. We'll see if anything else comes out of that. Now, Eva's met up with Jasmine Guy, her only friend at that school right now. And, well, that's not true. Her only female friend, because there's not many females in power there, period. And it's, it's amazing. Jasmine let her know, excuse me, here's the thing. Regardless if you were right for firing him, you are the president, but you're not the only one. You're the only reason why that school stays functioning. Now, we appreciate you for turning on the water and keeping the water on. But your delivery, even though we're supposed to be friends, I do feel like you're talking down to me sometimes, because the way how, it's not even you saying rude and negative things to us, it's the way how you say it. And I said, yep, I can definitely see that. I can see her rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, even people here in the East Coast. I can see her doing that. So, I'm glad that she took the feedback, and they were drinking, so she said, you know what, duly noted, I'll try, I'll do better next time. Now, this isn't funny, but I'm going to go through this quickly and then slowly. Sydney comes into her room. She sees these two ladies. These two ladies were brought there by Madison. And Madison told them that her roommate was raped. Sydney was so hurt that she told them to get out. So they got out. How do I feel about it? And then, of course, Sydney tried to go and kick Madison out of her own room. Even though I'm like, wait a minute. Madison's the reason why you're even in that room. So let's stop playing games. Even though, here's the thing. I think Madison had the best intentions, but just because you have the best intentions doesn't mean that you're doing the right thing or making the best move. Do I think that it was appropriate for her to go and do that? I felt like she thought she was doing the right thing, so it was appropriate in that manner, and she didn't do something that was evil or hateful, and these women, they're not going to go and spread that around because there is such a thing as confidentiality. I know in the world today we don't think so, but there is. There's people who really, you tell them something and they'll never utter it ever again if you tell them not to. But because if you don't go and pursue it yourself, they can't do much. That's how these things really work. I do feel bad for Madison because I feel like she was trying to do the right thing, but I feel bad for Sydney because Sydney hasn't fully even processed this herself. I mean, how could she? And for her to feel ambushed like that, that was wrong. That was wrong. Bo gets a call from his father, and his father's essentially like, you better keep it up. You better keep it up, do whatever you need to do, so that you can go and get the shine on you, so that these colleges that will actually pay for you, can go and come and give us a better offer, so that your mama's bills can get paid, medical bills can get paid, mine can get paid. I'm thinking, you really are an opportunist, and I dislike you. I don't hate you, but I am borderline disgusted with you already. And so, we're only 4 episodes in. That's not a good sign. That is definitely not a good sign. We see, again, Cecil, he's with his little call girl, and she, she's trying to let him know, why don't you go and write another letter to her? Why don't you go and try to talk to her? This is his ex. She's referring to. No, I can't do that. It's too much. So then they go, they do it. Long story short, there's no reason to drag that out. Cedric is so happy to have Ebony there, and Ebony doesn't actually want to leave, so then he offers to have her stay in the room. Next thing we know, Bryce comes in, and Bryce is like, wait, Ebony! Blueblood! Okay! Oh, what are you doing here? No, I'm here. Oh, you look good. Oh, you mean considering the fact that I have this gash and what happened to me? No, I didn't mean like that. No. Yeah, you kind of did, but it is what it is. I still like you for it anyway. So, Ebony's going to stay here for a couple of days in our room, cool? And he was just like, what? We didn't discuss this at all. This is the first time we've talked in a while. So then he said, okay, Ebony went outside in the hallway. She's like, I'm going to give you guys some space. Excuse me. And the thing was, Cedric was just like, look, she's going to stay here. That's it. End of discussion. He said, excuse me, why are you acting like this? You're still treating me a certain way ever since you came out, as if I didn't do you a favor by calling my dad to go and get you out. He's the reason why you got out. No, the reason why I got out is because I was innocent. Do you believe that I was innocent, or don't you? Because that was the real reason I got out. Your father, he didn't do anything for me. What are you talking about? When he was there to just tell me to stay away from his son, stay away from his son that was going places. He didn't want me to muddy up your career and your opportunities with my thuggish lifestyle or anything revolving me in the streets. That's what really happened. And of course, Bryce has this look of, this kind of sounds like what my brother was saying, but no, that's still my father. But there's no reason for Cedric to lie, though, so what's really going on here? I just want Bryce to see the light. While that's happening, Ebony, she's at the vending machine, and little Noni, in her full marching band attire, comes out. It's like, oh, Ebony! Oh, hi! Hey! Oh! Get away! No! That's how Ebony was acting, and I'm glad, because that was real. Excuse me, I'm the one that told you what Danny and his boys did to me. You went and joined that team anyway. You were so thirsty for it that you decided you were going to go and do whatever it took in order to make it. So you took my spot, even though you knew that they beat me up. Okay, I got something for that. I'm definitely coming back now. I got something for you. Don't worry about it. Trifling. That's all I have. No words, just... Cecil's dealing with some issues. Apparently, he's been writing these checks to this woman who was it his ex-wife, ex-girlfriend. Either way, this woman is over the fact that Cecil is still in contact with him. She said, "Leave me alone. Leave me alone. That's all I want. That's all I want. You know, don't be putting your hands on anyone else, especially me. That's all I want." And I said, he gives me that type. He gives me that type. I see it. I see it. Oh no, we're my man. We're the best. Come home. Oh, boom. He gives me that type. Absolutely. Now, it sucks because Sydney is still at odds with Madison. But what changes that is the fact that Eva decides she wants to go and do her first vlog for the college. And she addresses the fact that on campuses it's so underreported and everyone's watching. At least everyone that's important is watching. So they're woke for that. And they're just like, look. And she's just like, I'm going to figure out what happened. Anytime this happens, it's going to be reported. We will find out the truth. We're not going to go and cover this up because it's not right. And of course, this was essentially the motivation that Sydney needed in order to, because even, you know, her and Madison are good again. So she rests her hand on Madison's shoulder because she's just like, oh, she's just emotionally spent. Now, how do I feel about Eva doing this? I feel like it was a strong statement, and I think that it definitely would have been better to have the other people there supporting her or rebel around her, or at least shame them into doing the same. If Jasmine Guy comes and says, you know what, here is my problem. Whether what you did was right or wrong, you just did it for yourself. You wanted to make a statement. You wanted to do this. You wanted to do that. That is my only issue. What you're doing, like I said, it's not even necessarily the problem. It's just the fact that it's you. And I do get it. But I'm like, dang, can't you just say, yo, what you did was boss. We will go and investigate. But can you actually just talk to us? Because we would like to be on the same side as well. If we get the opportunity to do so and not just find out about things afterwards. That's it. And now Sydney, of course, she tells Madison she wants to go. And she wants to go visit her mom. While she's walking, she sees the guy that raped her. And guess who it is? It's Terrence. Terrence, the football quarterback. Yes. So he's like, she was like, you raped me. You raped me. You did it. You did it. And of course, people are trying to hold her back. And Madison's able to get her away. And aside from his close, quote-unquote, close friends, everyone else had that look of, you had to play. You did what? I'm not being the right. That would have been me. I would have been like, He was like, what? No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. Terrence goes and he runs to the coach to try and talk to the coach to get in front of the story. I'm like, you know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. Whether it was originally, yeah, because the consent at that particular moment when it was happening, that wasn't occurring. You can't tell me different. Sydney, you know, she runs to her mom and they hug. Right before that happens, though, Eva is given an envelope by EJ, and he had this look of, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. He had this look of, just kill me now. That's what he had that look of. Just please, Lord, just take me to heaven now, because I can't deal with this. And that's when Eva saw that it was her daughter, and she was done. It was over. I said, okay, close the office, close down the school. We're done for the day. It's going to get out, obviously. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. Oh yeah, guys, so my review for next week won't be out until, let's say, that following Sunday or Monday. Yeah.